Hi yogis, my name is Shannon. Thank you for checking out my channel. Today I have a 20-minute yoga flow for good mornings. This is a beginner full body practice. It's great for really any time of the day that you may need your energy levels up a little bit. If you're a returning yogi, welcome back. It's so good to see you. And if you are brand new, please do me a solid. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos every single week, and that's a super easy way for you to support free yoga on YouTube to help get these free practices out to everyone in the world. So let's get started. We're going to be in child's pose today. So just come over to your hands and knees. I'm going to choose wide leg child's pose. You can just bring the toes in. You can let the knees go out to the side. Bring your butt back towards your heels. Reach forward and just bring the forehead down to the mat and close your eyes. As we begin to turn the attention inward, just notice the quality of your inhalations and exhalations. See if perhaps you can lengthen them a little bit. And take this time to do a quick scan of the body. Notice how it feels now, with no judgment at all. Just notice. And if you would like to set an intention for your practice today, perhaps something positive you can bring forward into the rest of the day off your mat, now's a great time. On your next inhale, you can go ahead, float the eyes open. I'm going to walk the hands in a little. Come up, bring the knees together, and come into a hero's pose. But hero's pose with the toes bent. So just sit back towards the heels. Get a nice toe stretch. Sitting up tall here through the crown of the head. On an inhale, let's sweep the arms up overhead, clasp the hands together, and bring them back behind your head on the exhale. Now inhale, slight back bend while spreading the heart center forward. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, this is a very slight movement. We're just really opening up the chest and shoulders. Gaze is up. Exhale, forward. Let's try that one more time. Inhale and exhale forward. And release the hands, bring them back down to your sides. Roll the shoulders back. Let's take a big inhale here. Open your mouth, exhale. Let it go. Inhale, arms back up overhead, clasping the hands together in pistol fingers. Exhale, bend over to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, bend over to the right. Just keep flowing like this, your own inhales and exhales. Wherever you are, let's take one more round. And meet back and center in a neutral spine. Release the hands, come back to center. Shift forward just a little bit so that you can release the toes, and let's just roll out the ankles in each direction. Doesn't matter which ones, just roll them out and come back to sit on your toes again. We're almost done with the toes. Inhale, arms up to the sides. Exhale, twist over to the left. Bring the hands in. Give yourself a little hug and gaze over the left shoulder. Inhale, arms back up. Come to center, come to the right side. Bring the arms in. Give yourself a little hug. Gaze over the right shoulder. Inhale, exhale. One more round. Inhale, exhale. Now bring the arms back out. Exhale them down to the sides. Come all the way forward into tabletop position. Let's roll out those feet again. And let's do cat and cow. Inhale, stomach down. Gaze is up. Exhale, cat stretch. Nice arch in the spine. Inhale and exhale. You can always take some intuitive movements here as you go through the flow. If you want to go from side to side, absolutely do that. And just go at your own pace. You're just waking up the spine. Wherever you are, let's take one more round and meet back in a neutral spine. Now let's tuck the toes behind us. We're going to come into downward facing dog. So just shift the hips back towards the back of the mat, drawing the shoulders down the back. And let's pedal out the feet. Just wake up those calves, get a nice stretch. And just keep breathing here. You're just bringing strength and nourishment into the body this morning. Work out any of those crunchies and crinkles you may have. On an inhale, come up on the tiptoes. Exhale, try to bring the heels down as much as you can. You can put a generous bend in the knee here if you'd like. And just breathe. Now on your next inhale, take the right foot behind you in three-legged dog. Keeping your hips and shoulders square. Gaze in front of you. Step forward in between your hands. Gaze in front of the mat. Bring your left foot in to meet the right, and we're going to roll all the way up to stand. Rolling all the way up into Tadasana. Inhale, arms up overhead, clasping pistol fingers. Exhale to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale to the right. Inhale back through center. Sweep the arms out to the sides. Come into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Forward fold. Step back again with the right leg. Back into your lunge. Now step back with the left leg. Shift your weight back to the back of the mat. Back into downward facing dog. Take one breath here. And a breath out. On your next inhale, bring the left foot up behind you, three-legged dog, hips and shoulders square. Look forward in between your hands. Swing the foot forward in between your hands, coming into a lunge. And bring the right foot up forward beside the left. Roll all the way up into Tadasana Mountain Pose. Sweep the arms up overhead. Inhale. Clasp hands together in pistol fingers. Exhale over to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale to the left. Inhale back to center. Sweep arms to the sides. Come back down into forward fold. Halfway lift. Gaze up. Flat back. Forward fold. Step back with the left foot. Back into your lunge. Take right foot back behind you, meet in plank, and shift back into downward facing dog. We're going to go through that flow one more time. Inhale, right foot behind you, three-legged dog. Look forward in between your hands and swing right foot forward in between your hands, coming into your lunge. Shifting your weight onto the right foot, bring left foot beside you. Roll all the way up, vertebrae by vertebrae, up into Tadasana. Inhale, sweeping arms up overhead, clasp hands together, pistol fingers. Exhale to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale to the right. Inhale back through center. Sweep arms down in a swan dive. Come into forward fold. Halfway lift, flat back, gazes up. Forward fold. Step back with the right foot, gaze in front of you. Bring left foot back to meet it in plank. Shift back into downward facing dog. Take a breath here. One breath in, one breath out. Inhale, left foot behind you, three-legged dog, hips square, shoulders square. Gaze forward, swing, foot forward, come in between your hands, stay in your lunge. Shift the weight, bring right foot up beside left foot. Roll all the way up, vertebrae by vertebrae, up into Tadasana. Rolling shoulders back. Inhale, arms up overhead. Pistol fingers, exhale over to the right. Inhale through center, exhale to the left. Inhale back to center, swan dive with the arms sweeping down to the sides. Come back into forward fold. Halfway lift, gaze up. Forward fold, step back with left foot, staying in your lunge. Bring right foot behind you into plank. Shift the weight back into downward facing dog. Take a breath here. One breath in, one breath out. Now look forward in between your hands. Step or hop forward to your hands. Rise all the way back up, vertebrae by vertebrae, into Tadasana at the front of your mat. We'll take 2 sun salutation A's here and then come down to our mat. So on an inhale, arms overhead, maybe slight back bend, gaze is up towards the thumbs. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Halfway lift, gaze in front of you, forward fold. Step or hop back into plank. I'm going to step this first one back. Chaturanga yoga push-up, drawing elbows to the sides. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, shifting hips to the back of the mat, downward facing dog. Pause here for one breath. Now, gaze forward in between your hands. Step or hop to the front of your mat. Rise all the way up, arms overhead. Bring them down to heart center in prayer. One more time. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Halfway lift, gaze in front of you. Forward fold, step or hop. Back into plank. Chaturanga, yoga push-up. Inhale, upward dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pause here for a breath, getting a little heat in the body, waking it up today. And just drop down to your knees. Cross the ankles and shift your butt back to the back of the mat. Coming down into Dandasana, staff pose. Make sure you flex the feet in front of you. Inhale, arms overhead, coming into forward fold. Just dive forward towards the feet. You can grab sides of the legs. You can just rest your hands on the floor. Grab your ankles or feet, whatever you choose. Just fold here and breathe. I sometimes wiggle a little back and forth to really get that stretch in my spine and hips. We're beginning to slow our practice down. And maybe with each exhale, maybe sink forward just a little more. On your next inhale, roll all the way back up to sit. Come into Marichasana C. So to begin, bend the left leg, bring left arm behind you. Inhale, arm up overhead. Exhale, hook the elbow to the knee and gaze over the left shoulder behind you, twisting through the upper body. Remember to keep the right foot flexed. One more inhale and exhale. Come out of the twist, extend left leg, bring right knee up, right hand behind you. Inhale, left arm up, bring elbow to knee. Exhale, twisting from the shoulders. Gaze over the right shoulder behind you, keeping left foot flexed. And if this is too hard on your neck at any time, just gaze straight in front of you. Never force the pose. One more inhale and exhale. Come out of your twist. You're going to bend both knees and just come down vertebrae by vertebrae down to your mat. Once you're here, bring the heels in towards your butt a little bit. Going to bridge pose. You just bring the hands down to the sides beside your heels. And on an inhale, press the hips up towards the ceiling. And you have an option here. You can clasp your hands behind you and roll all the way onto the shoulders. Make sure you don't turn your neck in this pose. You want to keep it very still so that you don't hurt your neck. Just breathe. You're really activating through the quads to support yourself. One more inhale and exhale. If your hands are clasped, bring them down to the side of your mat and with control, come all the way back down. Take a breath here. You have an option here. You can either go back into your bridge or take wheel pose, which is a back bend. So if you want to go back into your bridge, just press up like we did before. If you would like to try wheel, bring your hands over beside your ears. And on an inhale, press up into wheel pose. You're going to try to stay here for about 3 breaths. If you are in bridge pose here, try to stay there for 3 breaths. You're just shining the heart center up towards the sky, opening the heart center for your day. On an exhale, come all the way back down to the mat. And bring the knees in towards your chest. Give them a squeeze. Nice counter pose from that bridge or wheel. You can close your eyes here if you'd like. On your next inhale, let's come into happy baby. Just bring the knees out to the sides. You can bring your hands to the sides of the legs, ankles, or feet, and just hold yourself here or rock back and forth like a happy baby, getting a nice massage in the low back. Bring your knees into your chest. Reach up, give yourself a big hug because you did amazing today. And release into Shavasana. Just let it all go. Let your arms flop out to the sides. Let your feet flop out to the sides. Feel yourself relax all the way from the top of your head, across your eyes. Let your jaw go slack. Feel any tension remaining melt away through your shoulders and chest, through the arms, stomach, hips, all the way down the legs to the ankles and feet. Feel how you are heavy here against the earth, and you're totally supported by gravity and the earth, and you are safe. If you would like to extend your Shavasana today, you can just pause this video and stay here as long as you'd like. Otherwise, let's begin to call some awareness back to the body. Make some small movements with the fingers and toes, some gentle rotations with the ankles and wrists. Reach out long for a full body stretch and roll over to one side in the fetal position. Keep your eyes closed. And when you're ready, use your hand to press yourself back up into your comfortable seat, the center of your mat. You can bring your hands back down to your knees, sitting up tall. And let's do one more scan of the body. Just notice how it feels now, as opposed to how it felt at the beginning of practice today. And may you bring the peace and energy of your practice forward into the rest of your day. You can bring your hands to heart center in prayer and open your eyes. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for taking a little time out of your day to do some yoga with me. I hope you have an amazing rest of the day. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and please do like and subscribe. I hope you come back to practice with me again. May you be happy, may you be safe, and may you be peaceful. I'll see you next time.
Go.